the waning moon cycle and my personal diary of how this particular cycle is showing up in my life for me at the moment. So, many of you will know that the waning moon is basically once a full moon has reached its fullness, it then begins to wane. So, it decreases in its size and then is in that process of moving back to the full darkness, which is then the new moon. So it's an interesting energy in this particular phase. And I've noticed that my menstrual cycle has been with the waning moon cycle or phase now for quite some time. So I did a little bit of reflecting and I wanted to share with you guys what this is meaning more personally for me. So it showed me that it's definitely a phase that is about reflecting on what I've achieved in life, like where I'm at so far in life, what have I learned, what lessons have I learned, how have I been going on my journey. It's a big time as well for a lot of inner healing. I'm sure many of you will relate to these things, so please feel free to share those in the comments if you relate or what this cycle may be showing for you. So it's definitely a time of inner healing. I always say there's no one walking this earth that is perfect. We all have some healing to do in some way or another, but it's definitely an inwards time, looking at maybe emotional things or pains or things we've maybe been working through over the years. It's definitely an inner healing time. And I do feel that call within me that there's still areas I want to focus my healing on, but sometimes it's like not always been sure which direction to go in, but I know deep down it's like I am my own healer, so I have to embrace that more. It can also be that time as well where we're not always quite ready to show ourselves, fully to the world, like myself as that example. So, there's a lot of things I want to do with regards to like my healing gift and sharing that with people, doing more with my YouTube channel and my natural healing. There's so much more I want to show and do with that, but then there's a part of me that still holds back. And sometimes that is confidence. To not always fully put yourself out there, whether that's like through fear of what others may think or being judged or, like there's always so many fears, and it's so much easier to empower and uplift others. And then sometimes when it comes to yourself, it can be really hard to give yourself that same energy and oomph, and motivation. So I definitely also call this the transitional stage in life, because it's like, you're doing a lot of inwards work as well. You're reviewing on everything you've learned and achieved, but you're also kind of like, which direction are you going to go in? Like with myself at the moment, it's kind of like, okay, which direction am I going to steer towards? Like, am I going to just jump right in and, follow my soul path and purpose and dive right into my healing stuff? Am I still going to, hold back a bit at the moment? Am I going to go, more in the path of focusing on like relationships? Like, it's a really interesting point. So I often find a lot of people, if you're in this point, it can be a bit of a transitional stage. Like you might find there's something within your life and maybe you're not quite sure on the direction things are going to go for you, or you're moving through a different stage or a phase. It's definitely the transitional stage. And yeah, I am still deciding which direction to go with things. And there is a lot of reviewing. Like I notice I'm looking back, over the last several years and looking at what I've achieved or what I want to do, what I want to change. And it's also a time like I am getting so many ideas, inspiration and guidance come to me, but then it's finding a way to then put that into action. So it's kind of like I'm here, I'm taking it in, and I'm deciding on my next steps. That is what this waning cycle means for me. And it's also a great time to let go of what is no longer serving you. I've also noticed through this cycle as well, I have let go of a lot of things that are no longer serving me in my life, and they can be like old thought patterns, maybe people that weren't for my highest good. You definitely can notice these types of changes as well. So that is my personal kind of how the waning moon, as some people also call it, that purple moon cycle, when we're menstruating, is that kind of stage I'm at in life. I also know from working with like other women as well, several other women I know who are also on this particular cycle. Theirs is also a transitional stage, like they may have come out of relationships, they may be finding themselves again, they may be deciding which direction, they want their lives to go in. So it's definitely relatable. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.